Alright, so here's another creepy fact you probably didn't know about. If you go to your general and settings, then illegal and regulatory, then you're going to want to open RF exposure, which is radio frequencies. Basically radiation that your phone is emitting, and it's warning you about it. Basically says wear headphones if needed, and keep your phone at least 5 millimeters away from your body at all times. Mind you, radiation exposure can cause things like diarrhea, vomiting, headaches, fever, dizziness, hair loss, and more. This was a study done of a man who spent 15 minutes on his phone. This is before and after the 15 minutes on his phone. So just keep this in mind if you're one of those people who falls asleep with their phones right by their head or even under their pillow.
What's up, guys? There's absolutely no way you might have not seen this video before. Before we take a look at it, I kind of want to give you a synopsis of what's going to happen. Now, it's a steel reinforced wool, and there's a cell phone placed in the middle. You call the cell phone creates electromagnetic radiation, and then look what happens. If a cell phone radiation can do that to this, imagine what it can do to your brain.
What?
We'll assume the bomb is detonated in the air to maximize the radius of impact, as was done in Japan in 1945. But here we'll use an 800 kiloton warhead, a relatively large bomb in today's arsenals, and 100 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Upon detonation, a fireball as hot as the sun would expand to a radius of 800 meters. Those near the blast would be vaporized. And within a 2-kilometer radius, all buildings would likely be destroyed. And we'll assume that virtually no one survives inside this area. Which, based on population density, would start the death tally at 120,000 people. As you move further away from ground zero, estimating deaths becomes more complicated. From as far away as 11 kilometers, the radiant heat from the blast would be strong enough to cause third-degree burns on exposed skin. And as you get closer to the blast, the heat becomes so intense that clothing, even skin, would ignite into flames. That said, most people in the city would be indoors or otherwise sheltered from direct exposure. But the very structures that offered this protection would then become a cause of injury, as debris would rip through buildings and rain down on city streets.
Republicans in the Senate are really under enormous pressure.
First, you want to get 4 iPhones and a popcorn kernel. You can then call the opposing phones just like that, and now we watch.
Certain plants have the ability to absorb radiation. Plants like aloe, cactus, spider plants and snake plants, rubber plants, and believe it or not, mustard greens. And not only do these plants absorb radiation, but they help prevent the effects that you may experience from these electromagnetic frequencies.
One step you can take to minimize cell phone radiation on your body is to stop holding the cell phone against your ear. It damages the cells in your brain. Instead, use a headset that is safe from electromagnetic frequencies, or EMFs.
I said it's getting hot in here, so take off all